So another question you might be asking is, who needs to comply with all these various laws that we're talking about here? Well, the reality is virtually every business has to comply with one law in one form or another. Let me just give you a short checklist of things that you can go over in your mind to see if you need to comply. If you collect information about your customers, just anything personally identifiable, anything beyond name and address and phone number, you pretty much have to comply with one or more of these laws. If you collect financial information or deal with financial information in any way, shape, or form with your customers, yeah, you pretty much have to comply with one or more of these laws. If you deal with health-related information, you collect, store, or process health-related information, yeah, you too have to comply. If you deliver services and goods and invoice or bill a customer later, that's another item on the checklist of things that say that you must comply. If you process credit cards, if you accept checks, these types of things, again, these laws apply directly to you. So the bottom line rule of thumb for this is, if you're in business today, if you collect and process or store or share information about your customers beyond what's publicly available in the phone book or on government record, you've got to comply with one or more of these laws. Another thing you're going to want to know is that there's no limitation on the size of business. It doesn't matter whether you're a Fortune 500 company or if you're just a mom and pop business. If you take and collect this information or process it and store it in any way, you've got to take responsibility and protect that information. Let's talk for just a moment about the risks of not complying with these various laws that are out there. You know, each of these governing bodies, from the federal and the state and the industry regulators, they've all got penalties and fines in place for those who are negligent, those who don't do what is needed to protect that information. So depending on the law, depending on the state you're in, depending on the nature of the breach that you've had, the penalties and fines vary greatly. But let me just give you a snapshot of what some of these might look like and the potential damage that could be to your business should you have a data breach. From a federal perspective, there are multiple agencies that can enforce these different laws out there, but the fines and penalties for a breach can range from anywhere from $2,500 per customer record stolen to $3,500 per record stolen to millions of dollars per violation. That's significant. I don't know about you, but I don't think most business could survive with a $2,500 or $3,500 per customer record fine for being negligent and not taking care of this issue. From a state perspective, the fines can range anywhere from $500 up to $5,000 per record lost or stolen. Again, back to federal, did you know that you could be personally held liable through some of these laws? They pierce the corporate veil, making the owners and officers personally liable for these damages. From an industry perspective, the credit card industry, if you process credit cards and you're negligent or you have a violation, the fine can be upwards of $10,000 on first violation from the credit card industry. Transaction fees can go up. Penalties can be assessed, and in fact, they could revoke your account altogether so you can't take credit cards any longer. The industry and the government is serious about making sure that we do our part in the business community to take care of this problem. If we do our part, we shouldn't have to worry about that. We can put ourselves into a safe harbor status, and these fines and penalties don't have to be a burden on our back. So they've set the ground rules, and we need to talk about those ground rules. You need to know basically what these agencies and what these laws are requiring. We've prepared 10 simple, basic questions that you can use to gauge how well you're doing. Let's go through those questions really quick for you. It'll just take a few minutes. So grab a pen and paper and tally up your score as you go through these 10 questions. Number 1, do you have a formal information security policy for your business? And have you done a complete review or update of your policy in the last 12 months? Does that policy include technical safeguards, administrative safeguards, and physical security, guidelines and policies for your business? Number 2, do you have a dedicated information security administrator that is trained and responsible for managing your information and your security policies and procedures? Number 3, do you have an employee or a staff training program for information security and privacy, and has everyone in your business completed this training? Number 4, have all your employees signed an information security and privacy agreement protecting you from insider theft and abuse? Number 5, do you have a detailed security breach response plan, including reporting to proper authorities and the required communications to affected customers? Number 6, do you securely dispose of electronic and paper information for your customers and employees? This includes old computers and hard drives, copier memory, document shredding. Number 7, is security software installed and updated regularly on every computer that connects to your business and your computer network? Number 8, do you have a certified computer security professional perform a manual security checkup and assessment on every computer and/or server on a regular basis, at least quarterly or semi-annually? Number 9, do you encrypt electronic copies of customer and employee information? And finally, number 10, do you conduct outside vulnerability assessments for your business on a quarterly or semi-annual basis? While these 10 questions may not be a complete list of the compliance questions that you really ought to be asking, this gives you just a quick snapshot of an idea of the types of things you should be doing as a business. As you add the score up on those 10 questions, add up the yeses. If you weren't able to answer yes to more than 5 of those questions, your business is considered a high-risk category for an information security data breach. Okay, you've been given an awful lot of information in a short amount of time, so you may be asking, what can you do or what should you do at this point with this information? Well, with criminals now moving their targets towards a smaller business, the easier prey, it's more important than ever that you do something about it now and that you don't wait. Don't get overwhelmed by the information and do nothing. That's the worst thing. So find a way to make compliance a part of what you do. Find a way to make information security a part of your everyday life of your business. Let me give you 3 tips or 3 steps maybe that you can take right now to take action and start that process of protecting yourself and your business, your customers, your employees. First, make the decision right now to do something about this problem. Make information security and compliance a part of everything you do. Make it a core value of your business. Make that decision today. That's the first step. Second, you're probably going to want to get an assessment done to find out what vulnerabilities you have. Where are you weak? Where are you strong? What are you doing that's right or wrong when it comes to protecting your business and the information that you collect? Third, you're going to want to take a look at what information safeguards you need to implement. Go ahead and start implementing those safeguards. It's not rocket science, but there are some basic fundamental things that you need to do. Again, don't get overwhelmed in the process of doing this. I might give you a little tip here. Go find yourself a certified information security advisor. Find somebody who knows about this topic, who understands the laws and the regulations, understands what a business needs to be doing to protect themselves and their customers. As we wrap this up and we conclude this training here today, take a couple of key points away from this thing. The cybercrime problem is not going away. Identity theft is not going away. Businesses are the target now. That's where the gold is. The information is there. And small businesses in particular and mid-sized businesses have become the primary target of the bad guys. Be a responsible business person and do the right thing and protect that information. If not just to protect yourself, but do it because it's the smart thing to do. You see, consumers today are more savvy than ever, and they know about the identity theft problem. It's in the news every day. So more and more customers, whether they're a business or whether they're a consumer, when they're buying goods and services, they're looking to do business with companies that are safe. So you can set yourself apart from your competition. You can make yourself different and better, elevate yourself above the rest by making security and privacy of information a core value of the way you do business. Truly, you can set yourself apart. Customers will seek you out if you do this. It's the digital age. Times have changed. We've got to make a couple of adjustments in the way we do business. And it's the smart thing to do because truly, you can get more customers. You can even get referrals by doing business the right way. Remember, getting compliant with these laws that I've talked about here and getting yourself protected, locking down that information, it doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be complicated. There are simple ways to get things done. For more information about compliance and information security and protecting your customers and your business, feel free to contact us at InfoSafe. Our phone number is 801-724-6211, or visit us on the web at infosafe.com. We've been able to put together a program that's affordable, that's simple, that helps you accomplish these very goals of protecting yourself and your business and becoming compliant with the various laws that you may need to become compliant with. We'd love to share that information with you, so give us a call.